Hello, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, we are going to cook something truly special. It is a dish that is close to my heart because it is simple, but oh, so flavorful. We are making egg yolk curry, or as some call it, andiki zardi ka salan. Imagine a rich, creamy gravy full of wonderful spices. Now picture soft, delicate egg yolks floating in this beautiful curry. When you take a bite, the yolk melts in your mouth, mixing with the spices. It is a taste that is both comforting and exciting. This dish is perfect for a family dinner, or when you want to treat yourself to something delicious. It feels like a hug in a bowl, warm and full of love. This curry is a wonderful way to use eggs differently. We often eat whole-boiled eggs or scrambled eggs, but using only the yolks makes this dish unique. The texture is what makes it a star. The yolks become like little golden jewels, soft and velvety. They soak up all the amazing flavors from the gravy. The gravy itself is a symphony of tastes. We use tomatoes for a little tang, onions for sweetness, and a blend of spices for that classic Indian flavor. It is not too spicy, so everyone in the family can enjoy it. It is a dish that looks difficult, but I promise you it is very easy to make. Let's cook together. The beauty of this recipe lies in its simplicity. You do not need any fancy equipment or hard-to-find ingredients. Everything you need is probably already in your pantry or at your local grocery store. It is a great recipe for those days when you want to make something special without spending hours in the kitchen. The cooking process is quick and straightforward. In less than an hour, you can have a restaurant-quality dish ready on your dining table. This curry shows that you do not need to be a professional chef to create food that brings joy and happiness. It's all about cooking with your heart. So, why should you try this recipe? Because it is a delightful surprise. Your family and friends will be amazed by this new and interesting dish. It is a great conversation starter at the dinner table. What are these soft yellow balls, they will ask. And you can proudly say you made them. Cooking is an adventure and trying new recipes is part of the fun. This egg yolk curry is a journey of flavors and textures. It is a celebration of simple ingredients coming together to create something truly memorable. Are you ready to begin this wonderful cooking journey with me? Let's go! Before we start our cooking adventure, we must gather our tools and ingredients. A good chef is always prepared. This is called tayari, which means preparation. Having everything ready makes cooking smooth and enjoyable. You will not have to run around looking for things while your food is on the stove. So, let's make a list of everything we need for our delicious egg yolk curry. This recipe will serve about 4 people, so you can change the amounts if you are cooking for more or fewer guests. Let's look at what we need to create this magic. It is a simple list, so do not worry at all. First, let's talk about the star of our dish, the eggs. You will need 8 large chicken eggs. We will only be using the yolks for the curry, but don't throw away the egg whites. You can use them to make a healthy omelette or meringue for dessert later. For our rich and tasty gravy, you will need 2 medium-sized onions, finely chopped. Also, get 3 medium-sized ripe tomatoes, which we will turn into a puree. We'll need 2 green chilies, slit lengthwise for a little bit of heat. You can use less if you do not like spicy food. And of course, we need 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. This is the heart of many Indian curries. Now for the wonderful spices that give our curry its soul. You will need a few whole spices, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 2 green cardamoms, and 1 small bay leaf. For the powdered spices, you will need 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, adjust to your taste, and 1.5 teaspoons of coriander powder. Also, have 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder ready to add at the end for that beautiful aroma. Salt will be needed to taste, so keep your salt shaker handy. We will also use a little bit of sugar, just a pinch, to balance the tanginess of the tomatoes. Finally, let's list the other items. You will need 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. You can use vegetable oil, sunflower oil, or even ghee for a richer flavor. We will also need about 1.5 cups of water to make the gravy. The consistency of the gravy is up to you. Add more or less water as you like. For garnish, which makes the dish look pretty, we will use a handful of fresh coriander leaves, finely chopped. A little bit of fresh cream, maybe 2 tablespoons, can be added at the end to make the curry extra rich and creamy, but this is completely optional. Now that we have our list, let's get everything ready. Our ingredients are ready, so let's put on our aprons and start cooking. The total cooking time for this dish is about 30 to 40 minutes. First, we will make the base for our curry. Place a pan or a kadai on the stove over medium heat. Add the 3 tablespoons of oil and let it get warm. Once the oil is hot, add the whole spices. Media group. Adding whole cumin seeds, cardamoms and bay leaf to hot oil in pan. Spices sizzling in oil on stove at stock at it distribute equally 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 2 green cardamoms and 1 bay leaf. Let them sizzle for about 30 seconds. You will smell a beautiful aroma. This is the smell of flavor being born. This step is very important as it infuses the oil with wonderful scents. Now, add the finely chopped onions to the pan. Sauté the onions until they turn a lovely light golden brown color. This will take about 5 to 7 minutes. Be patient here, as well-browned onions add a deep, sweet flavor to the curry. Stir them occasionally so they cook evenly and do not burn. Once the onions are golden, add the 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and the 2 slit green chilies. Cook for another minute until the raw smell of the ginger and garlic goes away. Your kitchen should be smelling absolutely divine by now. This is the magic of Indian cooking. It's time to add our powdered spices. Lower the heat a little bit so the spices don't burn. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, and 1.5 teaspoons of coriander powder. Stir everything together for about 30 seconds. Cooking the spices in oil helps to bring out their full flavor. Next, pour in the tomato puree we made from 3 tomatoes. Also, add salt to taste and that little pinch of sugar. Mix everything well. Now, cover the pan and let this masala cook on low heat for about 8 to 10 minutes until the oil starts to separate from the mixture. This is a sign that your masala is cooked perfectly. Once you see the oil separating at the edges, it's time to make the gravy. Add about 1.5 cups of warm water to the pan. Stir well to combine everything. Bring the gravy to a gentle boil. Let it simmer for about 5 minutes. This will allow all the flavors to mix together beautifully. The gravy should be thick enough to coat a spoon but still have a nice flowing consistency. If you think it is too thick, you can add a little more warm water. Our delicious curry base is now ready and waiting for the star ingredient, the egg yolks. Let's move to the final and most exciting step. This is the most delicate and fun part of the recipe, cooking the egg yolks. The secret to perfect soft yolks is gentle cooking. First, you need to separate the yolks from the whites of all 8 eggs. A simple way to do this is to crack an egg into a small bowl and then gently scoop the yolk out with a spoon. You can also pass the yolk back and forth between the 2 halves of the eggshell, letting the white fall into a bowl below. Place each yolk in a separate small bowl or cup. This makes it easier to slide them into the curry one by one without breaking them. Handle them with care. They are like little treasures. Now bring your simmering curry to a very low heat. The gravy should be barely bubbling. This is very important. If the curry is boiling too rapidly, the yolks will break apart and scramble. We want them to cook whole and stay soft. Gently slide the egg yolks into the curry one at a time. Try to space them out so they are not touching each other. Do not stir the curry after adding the yolks. Let them find their own place in the delicious gravy. This step requires a gentle hand, but it is what makes the dish so special and beautiful to look at. Cover the pan with a lid and let the yolks cook in the steam and gentle heat of the curry for about 3 to 5 minutes. The cooking time depends on how you like your yolks. For a runny liquid center, cook for 3 minutes. For a softer jam-like center, cook for about 5 minutes. The yolks will turn a beautiful pale yellow on the outside, but they will remain wonderfully soft inside. Once they are cooked, turn off the heat. Sprinkle the 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder and the chopped fresh coriander leaves over the top. If you are using fresh cream, you can drizzle it over the curry now for extra richness. Your amazing egg yolk curry is now ready to be served. To serve, use a wide, flat spoon to gently lift each yolk along with a generous amount of gravy and place it in a serving bowl. Be careful not to break the delicate yolks. This curry is best enjoyed hot. It pairs beautifully with soft, fluffy naan bread, roti, or even simple steamed basmati rice. The bread or rice is perfect for scooping up the rich gravy and the creamy yolks. I hope you enjoy making and eating this dish as much as I do. It is a simple recipe that brings a lot of flavor and joy to the table. Happy cooking!